What's up, LC? I'm Lily Gorlick.
And I'm Sienna Swanson, and welcome back to this week's Sports Update.
Our football team traveled to Chesterton last Friday and lost with a score of 27-6. Frankie Verda scored the only touchdown for the team with a double pass from Jaden Carpenter-Mansfield and Wes Lalich. The boys will play at home on Friday for senior night against the Maryville Pirates. Kickoff is at 7.
Girls golf headed to Prairie View this weekend for their state championship. Allie Hubbenthal, Victoria Schilling, Piper Urbanski, Maya Parks, and Alex Schilling shot a 375 over a course of 36 holes this weekend, placing 15th. The girls played an amazing season, being undefeated in conference, placing second in sectionals, and being back-to-back regional champions.
Last Wednesday, boys soccer fell to Valpo with a score of 2-3. George Karabatos and Evan Crowley each scored a goal. LC hosted the IHSAA sectional tournament on Monday and Tuesday, and LC played Highland in the first round. The boys ended third in their conference with a 6-1 record and a 10-4-1 record overall.
Girls soccer beat Lowell High School here at LC last Thursday with a score of 4-0, completing their in-season games with an overall record of 12-2 and conference record of 4-2. They headed over to Munster High School on Tuesday for the start of their sectionals.
Boys tennis had their IHSAA sectional tournament last Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They beat Calumet in the quarterfinals and Highland in the semifinals, each with a score of 5-0. They unfortunately fell to Munster with a score of 3-2. They ended their season with an overall winning record of 16-5, and they finished second in conference.
Over the weekend, girls volleyball lost to Carroll High School with a score of 3-0. The girls traveled to Michigan City and defeated them with a score of 3-0 last Thursday. Congrats to Izzy Staliga for accomplishing 500 assists in her 2 years of being a varsity setter. They will play LaPorte tonight in the LC gym at 5 p.m.
Girls and boys cross country ran in their DAC conference at LaPorte last Saturday. They faced 7 other schools in the Duneland Conference. Ben Pershon ended second and Luca Neves ended third. Macy Thompson was the champion, with Chloe Neal being runner-up. They have their sectional race this upcoming Saturday starting at 10 a.m.
Our first winter sport has already started over the weekend. Hockey beat Penn High School at Midwest Ice Arena with a score of 11-1, with Nick Kutka having 6 goals. They also played Mount Carmel on Sunday at the Morgan's Park Sports Center in Chicago. Traveling to Hammond, they'll play Kirkwood on Saturday at 3:40 and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Our varsity cheer team headed over to Pendleton High School for their competition this Saturday. They placed second in 4A traditional and had an incredible game day routine.
Congratulations to all of our teams who made it to the postseason.
We wish you luck as you finish off your season.
And now we're handing it off to Aleksa for this week's Athlete of the Week.
Hey LC, welcome back to your 4th installment of Athlete of the Week. Today I'm here with varsity volleyball player
Isabella Spaliga
for this week's episode. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. How's varsity been treating you?
It's been good. This is my second year in varsity, and I'm program captain this year, so it's been a really fun experience. I get to play with all my best friends, so this has probably been the most fun year that I've had in 4 years. So I'm just really excited. I'm just kind of enjoying every moment of the season.
And how's the team been like?
It's been really good. I think we all have a really special bond, which we've kind of all been wanting to be on this team for the last 4 years. So I think that really helps our playing. I think we struggled a little bit, but right now we've been doing really well after our last tournament.
And what are the stats for the season?
They're looking good. I just hit my 500 assists, so I'm really excited. And I think overall, our hitters have been doing really well. Our defense is doing really well, so it's been really good.
Congratulations on your 500 assists. How do you balance volleyball and schoolwork during the busy season?
So usually for volleyball, we play all year round because of club in high school. And I think it's just kind of having that discipline of when you get home, maybe doing something for yourself for 30 minutes and then actually going and just studying and doing everything for your homework. I usually have a document of all the homework I need to complete. That's usually how I manage it.
And how do you plan on playing volleyball in the future?
I really want to go. I definitely don't want to play in college, but I really want to go into club or something just so I can still play it because I love playing volleyball. It's one of my favorite things to do.
So can you walk us through your typical training routine during the season?
Okay, so usually on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays we have practice, and on Mondays, Wednesdays typically we'll lift for 30 minutes beforehand and then go and practice for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And in the beginning, if we have really big games, we try not to jump as much just to save ourselves for the next game. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays we always have matches, and whether or not it's at home or away, but I think it's just kind of like if we have easier games, it's a little bit of a harder practice and more intense. But if it's a little bit easier, we'll be more focusing on fundamentals and stuff like that.
I love to hear it. Speaking of matches, how do you handle important points during the game, and how do you handle yourself under pressure?
I think that's one of those things where it's kind of like where we have a really good team bond. I usually turn to one of my teammates, whether it be like Lexi or like one of the twins, or really honestly anybody on the court. I usually turn to one of them and just kind of like I like don't know what to do in this situation, like calm me down, and just be like, hey, you got this, take a deep breath. And usually that just kind of helps center me in the moment and just kind of just play through.
Thank you for talking with me today, Izzy.
Yes, of course.
And thank you for watching, LC. Bye.
Well, that's all for this week's Sports Update. I'm Lily Gorlick.
And I'm Sienna Swanson. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.